Hi, my name is Abarna Hari. Today I have here with me Mr. Abraham Verghese. We are discussing several topics such as brain drain, which will help you in your speaking and writing sessions. Mr. Verghese, what is brain drain? What are its effects and causes of it?
Thank you very much, Aparna. Uh, I hope that what I discuss with you will add to your information, or at least make you want to think about very simple affair that goes on in India, and that is the brain drain that results in people getting employment abroad, but thereafter returning only monies that they need to look after their parents or aging parents or other family members. You see, brain drain is a very serious matter. We produce some of the best brains in the world, and it is shown not only in what we have achieved abroad, but also in particular what we achieve here at a minimum cost and a minimum requirements in the sense of material. It is astonishing to consider the advancements we have made, particularly in the fields of science, with a minimum amount of available information and also material. Now, brain drain is particularly serious for a country like India because we are expanding economically. And one of the reasons why we lost a lot of people from our country was because they needed to actually get jobs. And of course, when they went there, they found that the standard of living was rather amenable. They found that the life process and the freedom that they enjoyed there was also very conducive to their growing up. And the experiences they got there was very constructive. So we spent a lot of money and created these wonderful academicians and people who are in various professions, only for them to go out and encourage by way of cheap labor to start with, and thereafter by their own power of knowledge to develop and partake in the development, social and economic development of those countries. Since they were brought up over there, it is not likely that the children will want to come to India because even though they may have made many trips to this country, the way that the West works is to always undermine those countries where people come from in order to keep them occupied in the land into which they have come, which for in many instances is Britain or America or Canada or Australia and New Zealand. And the other thing is that they need to populate those countries if they are to increase their productivity and also sustain it for generations so that they can maintain their standard of living, which is good by present day conditions. Now, we have got many ways of trying to correct that. First and foremost, we must monitor the amount of output that we have of children qualifying and joining the profession. And correspondingly, we must have manufacturing and employment in those sectors that can absorb these youngsters who are coming out bubbling with energy and full of ideas and get it translated into something practical and useful for our own country. Brain drain may work in two ways, which could be advantages. And that is, if their inventions abroad and their contributions abroad provides a share for India also. And a share does not mean a mathematical share. It means that they come and give us information also about their own inventions. There are many who do it, which is very helpful. But sadly, of course, then the next generation loses touch a great deal, and they don't know their mother tongue. And since they've decided to actually settle in those countries, the parents may try to come back to India and live over here without the children, but it doesn't take very long before they think that they can't afford to leave their children and go back to them. Now, India must find a way to attract our own people by making the conditions here suitable for our purposes, for our development, and I am aware that that process is taking place, and we are able to attract our youngsters from universities, from our various institutes, from various professions to stay in India, because at the end of the day, I think most Indians believe that their standard of living, their comfort, and their quality of life is far better in their own country rather than abroad. Okay? Now, as far as brain drain is concerned, how long this will continue, I don't know. But the quicker India does something to actually promote its own industries, its own firms, then only can we cope with this problem of balancing out the output of students, the output of professionals, with the capacity that the economy has in order to balance it out, and so that we don't lose to other countries with our own citizens being paid for, geared, nurtured, and prepared for another country's use.
I trust this conversation will help you to improve your writing and speaking sessions in future. Thank you.